So here is how you can create animation textures for your skeletal mesh animations. Just go to the project animation to texture. Once the project launches, you can migrate this folder to the project of your choosing. In our case, we are going to keep this particular folder in this project itself. Make sure before you migrate this folder to your project, you go in plugins and turn on anim to texture plugin in your plugins. After that, you can migrate the folder anim to texture to your working projects. Now imagine you are in your working project. Here I'm going to show you how to convert and make texture animations for your skeletal mesh animations. For this example, we are going to import a content pack. Now this is done, we'll create a new level. Go to your anim to texture folder. Right click on your anim to texture editor utility widget. Say run editor utility widget. You can mount it to the side. Make sure it has good amount of width available. And you can just follow the steps here. So the step 1 is to select mesh in content browser. Select your skeletal mesh. Click on create static mesh from selected. It will automatically create static mesh from a selected skeletal mesh. And also create bone pose textures, bone rotation texture, and bone weight texture, which is going to be used by your material to animate your static mesh. Once you click this, it is going to take some time. As soon as this is done, you can see your skeletal mesh is static mesh is created from a skeletal mesh, and you have 3 textures already here. Open your static mesh. Make sure you have 3 UV channel present there. Also make sure your destination light map index is set to 2. Save it. Save all your textures. Right click on them. Edit selection in property matrix. Make sure your axis styling method is set to clamp. We are just checking all the settings if they are as we desire them to be. Your map settings should be no map. Texture group should be world. It should never stream should be turned on. And your model texture SDK version should be none. After this, just hit save, close this. Once you have done this step, go and create your data asset. You can see a data asset is created, hit save. And you have to set your data parameters now. As you can see, before we set data parameters, it is asking us to provide animation in your motions tab. So just go in your animations, provide all the animations that you want. You can add multiple animations. In this case, we are going to do only one. For simplicity's sake, we are going to use walking and run forward animation here. As you can see, we have already provided an animation in motions tab. Now we can go ahead and set data parameters. Once this is done, it's automatically going to set your all the data parameters inside your data asset. As you can see, I'm just checking here again. Make sure your UV channel is set to 1. Make sure your bone mode is bone. Precision is 16 bits. Root transform should be none. Sample rate is 30. Autoplay is on and everything is okay here. After this, all you have to do is bake data. You can see all of this is populated. Make sure all this is populated. Once you hit big data, it will tell you that we have to make sure that your static mesh material contains this node in it, which you can copy from m_copy of any texture node. So as we have not done it, we'll click on go back. After this, go to your anim to texture folder. Inside your material folder, you would find material m_copy anim texture node. Open it. Copy this section of the material. Go to your created skeletal mesh. Open the master material. Just paste it here. Make sure your normals are connected to additional normal and your result is connected back to the normal. Connect your world position offset to world position offset. And that is it. Hit save. Close the material. And now you're good to bake the animation to a texture file. You can click on I have added. It will take some time. As you can see, our process is complete. These 5 assets have now updated. You can just hit save again. Now that this is done, you can drag and drop your static mesh inside the scene. As you can see, it's already animated. For you to check the animation, just go in your level sequence, create a level sequence. Add your skeletal mesh in the sequencer. Go to your anim to texture folder again. Go in your material. Drag MPC frame material parameter inside your sequencer. Click on parameter, save frame. It will add a key point at 000 frame. Go to your last frame, add another keyframe. Make sure your last keyframe is the number of your keyframes divided by your frame rate. In our case, it is 30. So now if also just drag this and make it linear. Now if you hit play, you can see your animation is working. This is how you can transfer animation from the skeletal mesh to static mesh. And you can create a huge crowd of people having those animations without costing performance. As you can see, our material is dynamically making them all have individual animations without us having to worry about adding individual animations to each character. As you can see, we have added 50 animated static meshes. Still, as performance is not dropping that much. We'll add more. We'll add more. Let's keep adding. Right now we are at 200. As you can see, we right now have more than 1200 characters in our scene. The performance is still great.